Hello video. So the first thing I want you guys to do for this is I'm actually going to go to Canvas and I'm going to go to modules and I'm going to look for week 9 and I'm going to look for the assignment that's formative teleprompter practice. And when I open that, what I want you guys to do is start by selecting the link that says Google Drive folder with available B-roll. And what that's going to do is it's going to open up this shared folder that you've seen before, but this time this was all that B-roll that you guys could use in your intro video. But I'm also showing, seeing here, you can see this Google Doc. So I'm going to open this Google Doc, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and hold on the text, and then I can click and drag the end button and click and drag the start kind of like selection points to all the text, and then we can see that I see this little copy. So I'm going to hit copy. All right. Now, if you haven't done so, you need to go to self-service, and you could type in, I use the search function to find teleprompter, and you're going to download the one that says teleprompter for video. So it's this gray, orange, and white one, not the parrot. That's the one that we use inside the classroom with our classroom teleprompter. All right, so now that it's downloaded, this teleprompter, the first time you open it, it's going to ask you to sign up because it's the first time using it. It is free. It's just asking you to sign up, so you're going to have to put in, make a username and password. But then after that, you'll just be able to open it up. So just be careful. I'm about to open it up. It's going to show my face. Okay, so now you can see that I already have a script launched because I already practiced, uploading this. So I'm going to go to under the red button, which is the record button. I'm going to go to scripts. And you can see that I already practiced importing this. So after I select scripts, I'm going to go to the upper right-hand corner with the plus. And notice that if you ever want to create a Google Doc, like actually type it up in a Google Doc and save it to your Google Drive, you can also just import it from Google Drive too. All right, but since I'm sharing this one with you, we are going to this time use create new script, and it's going to kind of give me so notice that you only have 1,000 characters that you can put in at a time, and it's because we're using this free version and we're not paying for it. Okay, so I'm tapping and pasting. So there is the script, and then you can just call the script like practice or something like that. All right, now here's the important thing, because I forgot to do this the first time. And look at, this was really, really short, but notice that was 734 characters. And if it goes over that, it's going to say you need to pay for it. So you might have to record in chunks if you're going to do kind of a series, like longer broadcasts. All right. Make sure after you've named it and you've put in the text that you're going to read that you hit save. Okay. And then you're going to pick that script when that's the one that you want to use. So I'm going to hit select. Okay. So here's the idea is that the teleprompter is going, when you hit the record button, and you really want to set up your iPad so that you're like, I know this is really hard without a tripod. I'm not going to pretend that this isn't going to be easy. This is just practice. But when you're reading the teleprompter, you can see the camera right next to it on the left. And that is so that looks like you're looking at the camera when you're actually reading. So this will scroll up, and so you're just going to read, while you're recording. And yeah, so this is just a way that you can look at text, and this is how they do it in broadcasting. Yeah, so this is just practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. In general, like this would be a terrible place for me to do this because I have all this like background clutter. But I would recommend trying to set up your iPad in a way that, like right now, it's below me. And I would try to find either books to put under my iPad right now to make sure it's eye level. And so it looks like I'm looking directly at. So it doesn't look like at my chin, and you also don't want it to be too high, so you're like looking up, you know, at the camera. So the angle right here is not, you kind of want to be centered into the iPad. You want to have like good lighting. Like right now I should either open the window and move myself in the room, so it's not like a harsh light. Natural light is the best. You don't really want to use indoor lighting because it's the worst. It makes your video look really grainy. And then try to keep the background as plain as possible, you know, so it's not a distraction, so it looks more professional. And then think about what you're wearing, you know, how you look, like how do you want to be presented to the world when you're actually sharing the news, okay? So I'm going to hit the red button and I'm going to read, and it's, you know, it's not going to be, this is just the formative. You're just showing me that you've opened up the teleprompter, you've copied and pasted the script in here, and that you're aware of it and that you can record with it. So I'm going to hit record. It's going to count down. Murder hornets, melting ice caps, a global pandemic, civil unrest, an upcoming election, learning from home. You'll find it all here on today's Panther Television. Welcome to PTV. I'm your host, Heidi Varela, speaking to you live from my bedroom. In our first story, all right, and then I'm going to hit the record button again. There will be a red box. And now I have a 27-second video. And so I would tell you, like, if I turn this into you and I hit play, yeah, it's like, I would tell you the angle's really bad. So then I'm going to hit save. And it said, it would like to access your photos, and you're going to say yes. Some people say no, and then you can't it won't save to your photo. So now it's in your camera roll. Awesome. Okay. And then you're going to go back to the assignment, and you're going to hit submit assignment and go to the library. And then you're going to go to your photos, and there's my 28-second video. And I'm going to hit use. It's going to compress it and submit. And that's all I want you to do with the formative, is just copy and paste the script in there. It doesn't have to be good, you know. I will say that this is could be really nerve-wracking for you, that like you're filming yourself, but I will tell you that like I hate it too. Like when I was a teenager, I'd be like, Dad, can we have pizza? And he'd be like, yeah, just, you know, call the pizza place and order one. And I'd be like, never mind, I don't want pizza. And it was because I was just like terrified of calling anyone. And I know that it's probably even more foreign to you guys, because back in the day, you know, when I was a teenager, you had to be like super elite rich to have a cell phone, you know, like it wasn't really common for high school kids to have it unless you were, and I grew up in an area that had everything. It had really rich people and it had, you know, really poor people. And I was like somewhere in the middle. And, you know, my dad was the only one that worked. So we had like, I never got extra stuff, you know, so it was just like, you know, I was just remember, but anyways, it brings to the point that, you know, I still don't even like doing Zoom. I don't like looking at myself when I'm teaching. I don't like being on the screen. I still don't like talking. It's really easy for me to talk to students because I form a relationship with you, and then, you know, it's easy for me to talk to you in front of you, but it's still really hard for me when I have to speak in front of adults and stuff like that. So I sympathize. It's just that you need to do it. You need to get better at it. You need to be, because everybody wants, you know, something that I've learned is that people want to hear what you have to say. And that kind of, I don't know why, but that, you know, they say stuff like pretend people are in their underwear. And I'm like, that doesn't help, you know, but thinking of that who's ever watching your video wants to hear what you're saying, I think is very meaningful, right? And so it always gives me the confidence to do really well and shake off the nerves, because they're here for a reason. And I want to articulate, you know, what I want to share. So I hope you enjoyed my pep talk about this, but that's the